The King of Pop. A life cut short. Micheal Jackson. The name alone conjures images of sparkling gloves, gravity-defying dance moves, and a soundtrack that defined a generation. His music transcended boundaries, reaching every corner of the globe. He was more than just a pop star. He was a global icon. His concerts were not just performances. They were events that brought people together, transcending language and culture. His influence on music, dance, and popular culture was undeniable. From Thriller to Billie Jean, his songs became anthems, and his music videos set new standards for creativity and innovation. Then, on June 25, 2009, the world received shocking news. The airwaves were filled with disbelief and sorrow. Micheal Jackson was dead at the age of 50. It was a moment that would be etched in the memories of millions forever. The news spread like wildfire across the internet and television screens. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of shock and grief. Fans were in disbelief. How could this be? The man who seemed larger than life was suddenly gone. He was preparing for a comeback tour, This Is It, just weeks away. The tour was highly anticipated, promising to be a spectacular return to the stage. The King of Pop was gone. The world mourned. Vigils were held in cities around the world, and landmarks were illuminated in his honor. Tributes poured in from fellow artists, world leaders, and heartbroken fans. Everyone had a story to tell about how Micheal Jackson had touched their lives. But even as the world grieved, whispers of something else began to surface. Conspiracy theories started to emerge, questioning the circumstances of his death. Could it be true? Could Micheal Jackson still be alive? Some believed he had faked his death to escape the pressures of fame. Others thought there was more to the story than met the eye. Investigations were launched, and rumors continued to swirl. Fans and skeptics alike searched for clues, hoping to uncover the truth. Legal battles ensued, with questions about his estate, his children, and his legacy. The world watched as the drama unfolded, each new revelation adding to the mystery. Despite the controversies, one thing remained clear. Micheal Jackson's impact on the world was immeasurable. His music continued to inspire, and his legacy lived on through his fans. New generations discovered his work, and his influence could be seen in artists across genres. His message of love, unity, and peace resonated with people of all ages. Micheal Jackson may be gone, but his spirit lives on. In every moonwalk, in every note, in every heart that beats to the rhythm of his music, the King of Pop remains eternal. The official story, A Fatal Dose. The official cause of Micheal Jackson's death was cardiac arrest. The culprit? A fatal dose of the anesthetic propofol. His personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, had been administering the drug to help Jackson sleep. Murray would later be convicted of involuntary manslaughter for his role in Jackson's death. The trial and conviction seemed to confirm the official narrative. Micheal Jackson was gone. His death was a tragic accident. But for some, doubts lingered. The circumstances surrounding his death were unusual, to say the least. Why was a doctor administering a powerful anesthetic like propofol outside of a hospital setting? And what about the other drugs found in Jackson's system? The official story for some just didn't add up. Seeds of doubt, unanswered questions. Fans began to scrutinize the details of Jackson's death. They pointed to inconsistencies in the official reports. There were questions about the timeline of events leading up to Jackson's death. Witnesses came forward with conflicting accounts. Some people who had worked closely with Jackson claimed his behavior in the days before his death had been unusual. He seemed paranoid, they said, almost as if he was afraid of something. These inconsistencies, combined with the sudden and shocking nature of his death, created fertile ground for conspiracy theories to take root. The King of Pop was gone, but the speculation had just begun. The This Is It conspiracy. Was Micheal preparing for a comeback? One persistent theory suggests Micheal Jackson faked his death to escape fame's pressures. The King of Pop faced intense scrutiny for decades, leading some to believe he took drastic measures for peace.
The This Is It tour became a rallying cry. Fans eagerly awaited his return, but conspiracy theorists saw the tour's name as a cryptic message, hinting at his grand disappearance. They argued the tour was never meant to happen. The empty venues and abandoned backstage areas were seen as evidence of an elaborate plan to mislead the public. The theory goes that while the world focused on the tour, Micheal was making his escape. Unverified sightings of Jackson living under different identities add fuel to the fire.
The tour's grand scale seemed to support the theory. Elaborate sets, costumes, and choreography were planned, yet it never happened, raising many eyebrows. Michael's health had been a concern for years. The idea that he could handle a demanding tour seemed far-fetched, fueling the conspiracy theories further.
Conspiracy theorists believed the tour was a smokescreen for his escape. Meetings and discussions often revolved around this idea, with each new piece of evidence reinforcing their beliefs. The image of Michael planning his getaway became central to these theories. Whether true or not, the legend of his supposed escape continues to captivate and intrigue.
Sightings and whispers. Is Michael hiding in plain sight? In the years since his death, there have been numerous alleged sightings of Michael Jackson. Grainy photos and videos surfaced online, showing shadowy figures that some claimed were the king of pop in disguise.
These sightings, often reported from remote locations or crowded events, fueled the belief that Jackson was alive and well, living a new life away from the spotlight.
Whispers of his continued existence spread through online forums and fan communities. Some fans even claim to have received coded messages from Jackson himself, hidden in his music or social media posts.
The line between reality and fantasy blurred as the desire to believe in his survival grew stronger.
The Dave interview, a shocking resemblance. One incident in particular sent shockwaves through the conspiracy theory community. In 2010, the comedian and impressionist Dave appeared on Larry King Live.
Dave, who had been friends with Jackson, had undergone extensive plastic surgery after surviving a fire as a child. His appearance on the show, with his startling resemblance to the late king of pop, sent conspiracy theorists into overdrive.
Could it be, they wondered, that Dave was not Dave at all, but Michael Jackson himself, using his friend's identity to re-emerge into the public eye?
The interview, with its cryptic answers and knowing smiles, only deepened the mystery.
Why fake it? Escaping the spotlight and other theories? The motives behind Jackson's alleged faked death vary wildly. Some theories are rooted in the pressures of fame, while others delve into more complex and darker reasons. Some believe he wanted to escape the relentless pressure of fame. The constant scrutiny and media attention could have driven him to seek a way out. Imagine living a life where every move you make is analyzed and criticized. The stress and exhaustion can be overwhelming. Years of media scrutiny and personal scandals had taken their toll. The headlines, the flashing lights, and the constant invasion of his personal space might have made him yearn for a simpler, quieter existence.
Faking his death, they argue, was his way of finally finding peace and privacy. By disappearing from the public eye, he could live a life free from the pressures and expectations that had haunted him for decades.
Whatever the reason, the idea that Jackson might have orchestrated his own disappearance continues to captivate the imaginations of fans and conspiracy theorists alike. The mystery surrounding his death fuels endless speculation and debate. The legend of Michael Jackson lives on, not just through his music, but through the enduring mystery of his life and death.